Here's how I made a blackberry Earl Grey syrup for one of the best matcha lattes that I've ever had. First, I brewed an extra strong tea using half a cup of hot water in 2 Earl Grey tea bags. I let this steep for about 5 minutes to pull out as much flavor as possible. Then I took that tea and added it to my blender along with a half cup of sugar and an entire bag of frozen blackberries. I've never made a syrup like this before. Blending everything up front was a complete experiment. I left it overnight in the fridge to let all of the flavors intensify. I think you could use the syrup as it is if you don't mind the chunks and maybe some seeds in there, but I wanted a clean syrup, so I strained it with a cheesecloth. This was a huge pain, and I should have just used a mesh strainer, but at the end of the day, it worked. Now let's move on to the fun part, which is making the matcha latte. I started by making my matcha, which is 2 grams of matcha powder and 20 grams of water. If you like your matcha really strong, you can scale it up using a 1:10 ratio, so if you like 4 grams of matcha, then use 40 grams of water. For assembly, it goes blackberry Earl Grey syrup, milk, matcha, cold foam, and to really elevate it, I finished it with a little bit of fresh orange zest and a sprinkle of matcha powder. Honestly, this was one of the most uplifting drinks I've had in a while.